Hi, this is Ininja32 for YouTube.com, but you mostly know me as Gadget Boy on the profile. And this is the very first episode of Game Review with Ininja32. Now, here comes the opening band!
And here comes the band!
What kind of band was that? Well, anyway, my first game review is about the game which has been played by on PlayStation 2 for quite some time and has been critically acclaimed. Both of them. They happen to be not really Ininja, but Ico and Shadow of Colossus. Very interesting games. I actually had these games back on the PlayStation 2 when yes, I still have my PlayStation 2. Don't believe me? Hang on. Check this out. See? There they are. Ico. And that one right there is Shadow of Colossus. I know it doesn't look anything like it. Anyway, to those who don't know about the games, Ico is about a kid who's 12 years old on his birthday is sent to his castle, home of an evil Shadow Queen, that drains the life force out of people, mostly because of well, it's to prolong her immortality. That's what she does. She's been doing it for quite some time. Luckily, Ico is free by a fortunate accident, toppling his prison cell, and he's free. Eventually, he does come across a young princess named Yorda, which happens to be the queen's daughter. Ironically, they both need to escape. He decides to escape. I really don't know. But that's how the whole story has progressed. That's pretty much it about for Ico. The control for it is great. Everything is responsive to what Ico does, how you control him, to pushing and pull objects, to attack his enemies with a stick or a sword, all kinds of things. He can even swing, climb on stuff, activate switches. The control's responsive. I don't want to give up too much away for the game because it's mostly you have to discover for yourself. The audio and visuals for the game. Oh boy. They are just fantastic. Everything from outside scenery to hear rushing water, birds chirping in the background, just pure silence and the wind blowing. It's just the audio visual is just amazing right now. It just when you play it, it's just amazing. That's pretty much it for Ico. I don't want to get too much in depth into the story, and there are a few little downsides towards this game. Number one being is that the game is short. If you're a veteran for when your first time you play this game, you'll basically beat the game in at least maybe 7 to 10 hours. And I played it twice. First time, 7 hours. Second time, I beat it in less than 3. This is not a very long game. It's short. And that's just pretty much about for Ico. Now, Shadow of the Colossus is much different. The story goes as you play as a wanderer who basically is wandering around in this forbidden land, and he overheard to rescue his girlfriend who died apparently, and he came across of a legend that will to destroy 16 guardians that will give him power beyond death. Okay, so the story's a little soft, but when you're facing down the giant massive colossus about like this tall, and you're like this tall, you're expecting a whole nother challenge. It's amazing. The whole game is just basically using your magic sword, raise it to the sun, and points in the direction of where the next colossi is. You rush on there by horseback towards where the colossus is hidden, exploit its weak points, absorb its power, then go back to the Colosseum, well, back to the main temple, my bad, and repeat the process from there. Rinse, lather, rinse, repeat. Lather, rinse, repeat. Whole king caboodle. The best part about Shadow of Colossus is actually in the game itself actually has replay value. What replay value? Well, you can unlock hidden stuff by completing time trials. You can get like a Whistler's bow and arrow. Yes, the Wanderer does have 3 things. His hands, a magic sword, and a bow and arrow. Basically, that's the whole idea. You could get a Whistler arrow to distract the Colossus. The horse can be different colors that he rides on. It's just and you can have like the magic sword from the Ico game to actually kill the Colossi in 1 hit. Hard part, you gotta do it. Beat the Colossi. You gotta exploit its weak points. That's number 1. Some of the Colossi is actually quite challenging. Some of them you need to actually like knock them over a ledge, like one of the smaller ones, like a wildebeest or like a huge ox. You gotta use fire to scare him. Use fire to scare him off, and when he gets off far enough, he'll fall over the edge, clash on his back of his back, and then actually removes the shelling from his back to reveal his weak point. Now the hard part is you gotta jump on him and then you keep stabbing him there, but he's gonna keep trying to throw you off. It's crazy. Some of the Colossi actually shoot, which makes it challenging. Whew. These games are amazing and fun to play. If you're new to this, thank the Heavenly Lord, Almighty God Himself, am I explaining it to you. As for the ratings for these, Ico itself gets a nice 10 out of 10, in my opinion. And Shadow Colossus gets a nice perfect 9.5. Mostly because after, I'm just kidding. They both get 10s. Because they're really great games, they're cult classics, and a lot of fun to play over and over again. Or you want to show off to your friends. This is also a good time to actually explain that the famous Last Guardian guys who created from this game, these 2 games, is coming out with The Last Guardian, hopefully around maybe 2012 or possibly the end of this year. I am really looking forward to that game because the visuals are just amazing, and they're just so amazing. My brain just popped right out of its head when I saw it. And for a bonus fact, I'm playing the game right now. It's actually on pause, but I'm going to get to it so I can actually play the game again because it's really fun. This is Ininja signing off, and if I remove my glasses, I will reveal my secret identity, and I don't want to do that. Till next time, I'll show up with another new review.